Greetings and welcome back to our Pathfinder actual play. Last we left our heroes, there were light quakes that danced beneath the feet of their horses as they're on their way back to Stone Crab. Let us join them now. Hello again.
What kind of stank is it
Hello.
now? Is it like
Welcome to
the sweaty cheese stank or?
Only
Oh,
the
of
greatest.
course.
Only the greatest stank. Alright, so general quick summary. Slight earthquakes, not earthquakes, more like baby rumbles, I guess. We determined we were indeed not being followed, and we were on our way back to Stone Crab. We indeed arrive. Everyone go ahead and grab yourself a hero point, please, and thank you at the start of the session. Besides all that, we should all be rested up. Magic slots and everything are indeed back. We have returned from a mostly successful mission. I mentioned that Malia is indeed looking in pain, but now that we have arrived, she's definitely looking much better, and without, in a non-negative way, she, thanks her group, but pieces up very quickly, essentially to head to her room to relax. She was very close to death there, so.
She'll be fine.
Understandable.
Other than that, you guys have your report to Ferris, and anything else in general you would like to do.
I mean, I would definitely ask him to look into that supposed village that those other people came from, see if they were not
agreed,
lying
yes.
or anything.
Alrighty,
Because
essentially
them stealing back just the money apparently instead of the goods is a bit suspicious, but
most assuredly. Your group heads back on in, and general reporting, we bring back what we bring, but it's definitely looking lesser than to be expected. Do you guys rest up first? You basically just head straight to Ferris.
I think we should go straight to him because this is, I mean, it's slightly out of the ordinary, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with
Definitely
that.
something that should be reported.
Okay. As you guys head on into the room, he's already looking basically behind himself. You can see, you guys can hear Malia moving up the stairs. He turns back to your group and kind of gives you a look as you all sit down. You ask about the town, and you see him thinking about that, and his eyes keep shooting up to the ceiling. She's clearly fine. You're all fine. He says, well, it looks like we brought back less than we were expecting, or at least less than was reported. Molly seems to be a bit, under the weather? Things went a bit south, I assume?
Something like that, yeah. Apparently we weren't the only ones after the price.
Shit, yeah, you did mention the other town. Well, we can attempt to look into that, but I'm sure I don't really need to tell you too much that we're not incredibly keen. We'll help people, of course, but it's been voted upon that we're careful when speaking with other local towns that are still full of people. We can only handle so many folk here. If they hear the Stone Crab still stands and we've got what we've got, they might all abandon and head over this way, and I'm not sure if we can handle it.
I mean, he made it sound like they didn't have much people left.
Fair enough. Did he mention where it was, in terms of location?
Yeah, that way.
All right.
That's about as much as he was willing to say.
Oh. I mean, I won't fault you all. This is, like I mentioned, far less than we were expecting. But all the same, you do a decent amount. You grabbed some useful things, which are indeed appreciated. Here's some smaller things.
There's still more left back there, but we just can't go back right now.
Yeah, fair enough. With a lot of these, unfortunately, you've only really got one or two chances to, figure out what's there and move on in. Sometimes when they figure out we're interested in something, well, they'll swoop in and destroy it just for the sake of it. Or, like you saw today, someone will move on in and grab it before we can. I can't tell you how many times we have one of our scouts move out. Let us know that something's right for the picking. We swing by, nothing. Huge waste. So we've been trying our best not to send smaller groups. We can't have people swing by, run into a group such as you did. Shit goes south, people die, and we get nothing. Doesn't work for us. There's only so many folk like you that are willing to do what you're currently doing, so thank you. Molly seems, a bit tired? She didn't really seem to be missing any body parts that I saw. Things not
well, Big Boy kind of slapped her around.
This big boy, I can look into the town, of course, for you. To my knowledge, I think it's called at least if it's the direction that you mentioned. There is a town that way called Lonwick. Might be them. Not entirely. regardless, yes, they are quite small, so there's only a few of them left that would track. And I will say, mentioned before, I'm not looking for you all to make any enemies, slit any throats. We don't need to, lose what makes us us. So, if you spoke the truth, those were his products, indeed. Don't need you to, fight to the death over them. So, whatever you brought back, to be accepted. This big boy, though, out of the ordinary?
Very,
Very.
How so?
Well, for one, he was smart.
very smart.
Oh, another one of the talkers, all right.
He had 3 little dudes who were healing him. Bastard.
I mean, they seem to be pretty much bound and following him against their will, to me at least.
They
Weren't
did,
they, like,
yes.
chained to him?
Oh, that's unique. They were
And they
chained
were
to
healing
him.
him.
Huh. Well, they're employing tactics now. Wonderful. Usually they just,
It gets better. Yeah, also pulled some guts out, tossed them at us, and spawned babies.
Well, that sounds absolutely horrible. I don't blame her for acting the way she is then. Definitely give her a moment. We'll, toss something nice her way. He looks around a bit, and he kind of whistles to someone across the room. They head up the stairs real quick you can hear him scoping out the area. They pop their head down over the railing and kind of give him the A-OK hand sign. Ferris looks to all of you and motions for you to get a bit closer as he kind of hunkers down a bit. The music is softly playing in the background. His chair creaks as he leans forward and says, the first location you all went to, the cave, the burial ground.
Yeah.
I mentioned before that we've lost some folks, some individuals. The burial ground, the little hill that we had you all go into. You did mention Chris has sent a couple scouts that way, check some things out. Things seem to be less gross than you described. It's drying up, it looks like. The ceiling and such, it's still a bit wet, but it's flaking, I guess. Hard to describe. Still smells like absolute ass, but it's looking better. The body that we found, though, well, he was one of ours. The Knoll?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he was one of our guys. He was, not super, super close to Malia, but I try to group you all together. Of course, you will make an emotional connection, but I find that usually means people will stick together, not abandon each other. And I will stick true to that. It may hurt to lose a friend, lose someone close, but like I said, I'd prefer we keep that part of ourselves. I don't want this to turn into just numbers, just a numbers game. Of course, everyone took it hard, so we're trying to keep it, on the down low. Don't really tell Philip a sign either. Other than that, a job well done. Same as last time. Realistically, we've got something new for you, of course. Primarily, well, at least we think we do. We're not entirely sure. Y'all mentioned that the undead are moving about, looking for something. We think they're headed a certain direction, but we're not 100% sure. After a couple of our scouts come back, give them a day or so. They should report back, and then I hope you're ready for something else. As long as that last mission didn't beat your ass too hard, yeah?
Hell no.
No, we'll be fine.
Perfect. Well, on that note, we can sort through all this nonsense here. I'll let you all know what we can afford to spare y'all. But, other than that, rock solid good job. In terms of cash, we're running a little low, unfortunately. Apologies. I can afford currently... shit. Should we have 10 gold for each of you? We're hoping for the...
whatever you can spare is fine.
Yeah. Well, more so. We're hoping, at least. Money is nice and all, but, not dying is also quite nice. And as he tosses you guys your pay, he also throws each of you a potion.
Oh, very generous.
Hey, it's another one of those things that I always forget to use.
And it is a lesser potion. This should be relatively beefy. 2d8 plus 5. Much better than, was it flat 1d6 or flat 1d8?
Yeah. It's a flat 1d6 for me.
Yeah.
It's flat 1d8 for them.
So a wee bit better.
They definitely get quicker, better.
I guess on that note, Dogboy has 2 on him, and the Mud Lily. Man, I understand light barding is going to default to a horse, but I really wish I could make it like a small flint or something, or a dog. Alrighty, other than that, you guys will have a day or so of downtime. If there's anything you want to roleplay, you're more than welcome to do so. Kane, though, you are coming close to your next level, and I don't believe you've done it just yet, where you could learn 1 spell per level, correct?
I don't think I've learned this one yet, no.
Would you like to try for Scorching Blast?
I can try. See how it goes.
I believe in you.
It's just an Arcana check, right?
I believe so. Yes. This one should be of that. What you call it? Yeah. And for you, it shouldn't matter. Fortunately, that this is what makes wizards a bit better in a way. It's only level 1, so it's just an Arcana check. We'll throw it out there and see what we can do. It'll be easy. Oh my god!
I got it.
I think you got it. Okay. So it's a first level spell. Yes. Okay. So you need to spend an hour. You got time. You know, like I said, you got a day or so
Fine.
downtime. Learning on the skin and the
I feel a little bad about it now.
little bits you jotted down. It's okay. With the 28, though, that's actually going to be a critical success.
Probably shouldn't tell Maya.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that.
We'll keep it to
you weren't
ourselves.
carrying them around you visibly, right?
I would have had them in like a bag. People wouldn't see it. They might smell it.
Definitely, yeah.
How
I mean,
good is the sense of smell of an all again?
I mean, most people have pretty good senses of smell. I don't know if there's just like extra potent,
I'm trying to think if gnolls have imprecise sense.
possibly, but the NPC does not. So, fortunately
Why does
for
it
you,
smell like Robbie here.
I know it smells like my friend.
No.
This will cut the materials in half, so it'll only cost you 1 gold.
Nice.
So because the spell was a bit more rare, it's a little harder to learn, but you crit anyway. So good job. Nice and cheap. You can go and throw that. So you can delete the. I'll delete the scroll.
I already threw out the 1 gold.
Excellent. And you can go ahead and add that spell to your I know how to do this list. And feel free to start blasting at your earliest convenience.
I have to prepare it, but we'll get there.
Oh yeah, like I said, you guys are gonna have a day of downtime. So if you need to move any spells, please do so now.
Gotta think about what to remove.
You do have quite a few spells.
I got a few.
Yeah, quite a few.
Get rid of this one.
So we'll hold off on that for now. And then by this point, unless you guys want to do anything, Ferris will have another mission for your group.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I want to do.
Okay?
I'm just kind of hoarding money right now, so
As a caster,
there's nothing I want to buy.
that's on brand.
I guess I would show them the notebook of the tattoos I remembered that I can make, apparently.
Okay. I would say
In
you're trying
case any
to.
of them want. Yeah, I mean, just the list of what they can, basically.
Okay. I mean, we say them, you mean your allies, Kane and Vega?
Yeah, these are the 4 that I can currently do. If they're interested in any of them, so say so.
Ooh.
Do note it does take at least 3 days to make them, though.
Oh, good.
So for future I wants, definitely jot those down. But for today,
And if you scroll through your Mystic Arcana that we all know as the Archive of Nethys, and you find something you like, I can also look at that.
yes, there are far too many items in this game. Far too many. If you find something cool, just be blunt and link it to me, because there are some things I won't even know exist. There's a new book coming out, which I'm considering getting. It's just expensive. Obviously the information's free, but I still want to support Paizo. I do support Paizo. I just, don't know if I want to get every single book because that's a lot of cash. Also, they're really heavy and my bookcase might collapse. So don't want that. Anyway.
Go for that vintage DM look, though.
Yeah. My bookcase is actually looking pretty solid. Once all my Kickstarter stuff comes in, I will take a picture of it. Right now, it is confusing to look at, but I got a lot of cool shit. Anyway,
Getting to the point where you're definitely gonna have to invest into hardwood bookshelves.
No, I just get really thin bookshelves and get a lot of them. And now
I'm not sure how long that was gonna work.
it's working for the manga, so we're doing that. And
yeah, that's fair.
it's a lot of manga. Not as heavy. They're not hardcover, of course, but
Yeah.
we'll get there when we get there. Maybe at some point I'll invest in like a nice, wood bookcase
I'll
just to
just
make it
laminate
look.
the floor with them. It's fine.
That works too.
The steps don't have to be even.
Yeah, you don't need to read them. They're just wow, look how cool that looks.
Exactly. You need to read them. You can just read them on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. They're already there. So relaxing. Anyway,
All those books of different heights.
just make sure you sprint through the house at all times. Every step is a reflex save.
Trip and tear apart one of the 150 euro books. Color
Cries.
books, whatever books.
Absolutely falls to pieces. Emotionally. Anywhoots. Few days pass. Kane, you're 1 magic stronger. Your group can, of course, in the future consider if you would like a tattoo somewhere. Arbalest now has this new ability. He's like, hey, I got one. I want one more. I need all the tattoos.
Oh,
Give
no.
it to me.
And regarding all this nonsense,
I mean,
yes?
technically speaking, would I be able to sell these skills on to NPCs?
Theoretically, yes. So all that out of the way, your group finishes what they're doing. We help out around town a little bit, and Mr. Ferris has a new mission for your group. He seems a little more excited at this one, as you
I can
all
also just make non-magical tattoos.
indeed. As you all shuffle on over, he smirks and says, "Well, it seems what you were thinking there, Vega. You and Vikla, you were correct. I can't tell you precisely what they're looking for, but they all seem to be congregating to a certain location. In fact, a certain building.
A building.
From what we can tell, yeah."
All right, which one?
He pauses for a second and goes, I'll have to get that sketched map from them. Want to be a little more precise, but fortunately, you shouldn't really be able to miss it. There's a large library. It kind of half and half worked as a hanging garden as well, way back in the day. This town is, unfortunately, like the other, quite a bit in pieces. It's in ruins. They were sort of, twins side by side, so it's same general location, but I have to jot it down for you. It's going to be, somewhat difficult to get in as well. They didn't actually enter the building, but from what I can see of all the roamers, they're trying to get to this precise location. Clearly, whatever's in there is really important, and we cannot let them have it, or find it, whatever it may be. From what I've seen, they're still roaming in the area. They're not killing anyone, they're not grabbing anything, so clearly, they still need to grab this whatever, this something. I don't want them to have it, so that's where you all come in. I know, a little vague, but I got a point for you. There's a thing there. We think, logically, it makes sense. It's probably a book. It's a library, after all.
How do you know they're going for the library if they haven't gotten in yet?
Well, they're streaming towards it. From what we can see, they're looking quite hard because the doors have been barricaded. Locked shut nice and tight. So they're taking their time finding whatever it is, but they clearly have not found it just yet.
Is there any other significance to this library other than it having books?
Oh, I'll be honest. Like I mentioned before, I'm not super keen on the history of our past and such, but we do have our own library. You can flip through various books and such if you would like. Entirely up to you. I won't stop you. You don't need to go this very second.
Well, I might as well check it out.
Yeah, totally on you. If you got any more questions for me, you're more welcome to ask. This time around, I'll just send the three of you, Molly, Philip, and Sign, are actually going somewhere else, a separate direction. We're hoping they can find something as well. Hit them in two places at once, spread their attention.
All right.
Nice. I also was going to mention that plan to talk with the dead, I guess, and see if they don't attack us back. Doesn't seem to be working so far.
I honestly didn't think it would, if I'm being entirely honest. I don't know what she wants you to stop precisely. I mean, obviously, maybe she just meant stay here and just weather out the storm, but it's not exactly likely. So, not sure.
No, I'm not planning on doing that anyway, so
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I guess we'll find out eventually.
I'll leave it in your capable hands. With that, he nods to your group and turns to go speak with the other three. And by this point, you all are more than welcome to go swing by the library before you head out later today. Fortunately, our horses are prepped, ready to go. It is the same general location, so it's essentially indeed what we are looking for. Do you have any specific questions
I
for
do.
the library? Okay.
I want to know the history of the building. Like, yeah, maybe they're waiting for a book, but if it's an older building, sorry, you said it was used for a hanging garden back in the day?
It was basically a library and also a hanging garden, yes.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, so maybe there's something else other than a book that might be older and buried. I don't know.
Sure.
Potentially, yes.
As your group moves through the library, they are indeed able to help you. You can see things aren't super organized, unfortunately. There's almost nobody here. There are a few folk they are reading, but there aren't that many people, primarily because people are indeed quite busy here in Stonecrab. They do their absolute best to help you find the book, especially learning who you are. They're able to find 3 or 4 various history books, and they'll actually flip through them with you guys, trying to find part of these histories and such. And you learn some information, useful or not, you shall indeed decide that. Back in the day, the usage of this hanging garden, I'll be honest, from what you guys can tell, looks essentially just them flexing their building skills and things of that nature. It's mostly collapsed now, especially looking at the era in which this was built. Not really too surprising. Regarding the actual book, maybe things that could be looking for, you guys find out multiple things, actually. The library boasted to have a very nice organ set, and also, it didn't carry many books, but it carried rare books, or at least it tried to. For some time, you guys actually see that there were many, well, not many, but like there was a research center that was basically carried out here. Small group, family owned. It was basically just one of the owners of said library. They were taking in information that they found, I guess, useful and rare. Said information kept under lock and key, of course. They very much wanted you to visit this town. Unfortunately, ruin fell upon their family, and seeing how bad things can get, most folk didn't really want to, test that. So they, for the most part, stayed away. It all fell history. It was presumed, since many bad things, storms, attacks, things of that nature, can be indeed seen ahead of time, that these people moved out, maybe took the books with them, took whatever rare materials out, and they're no longer there. So rumors spread that there's nothing there, don't even bother looking. Clearly that is not true. There was something left behind.
If it was a research center for rare books, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a secret room or something.
Indeed.
Maybe.
Like we found inside the secret tunnel through the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we should bring something to help us find stuff like that.
All right, is there anything else that we are looking into, or just want to head straight there?
I don't know, is there an item to help us, find secret areas?
Not to my knowledge.
Investigation kit.
Perception, to my knowledge.
Where's my find trap spell?
Yeah, it'd basically be a spell or something along those lines.
The find trap spell also useless in Pathfinder, though.
It's not great, but fortunately, I don't like running traps as complete secrets because I find them boring. I prefer it to be a trap that you have to run into. Figure it out. That's way more fun, in my opinion. I don't like the basically traps being HP taxes of, oops, you walked in the hallway, give me 4 of your life points. I just keep doing that over and over because that kind of sucks ass. Anyway, with that, if you have nothing else to look for, we can indeed head to the location.
Sounds good for me.
All right, perfect. Alrighty, and unsurprisingly, as we move into a separate district in this town that we have mostly seen before, there's a wonderfully pungent smell running through the alleyways and such. It is impossible not to hear it. There are beings moving about, shuffling through various buildings, knocking things over. You hear no violence, but you can hear the telltale signs of bodies shifting about. Your group knows that on the map that you were given, the location of these hanging gardens are to the north of your current location.
North we go, I guess.
Away.
Stick to the walls. Be stealthy, or do you want just on a walk and kill whatever comes away?
I mean, we might as well try to be stealthy.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should try to be stealthy.
If we mess it up, then whatever.
Sure.
What's the worst that happens? We die?
All right, I believe. Wow, nice. Good old +1 leads us to a 20.
Nice. A fat 5.
Alrighty, 16, 27, and 20. So your group is able to move through with relative ease. We see many groups that are moving about just ahead of us, and we pause. These look very familiar. One of the undead are moving in a very unnatural, jarring way, more so than the others, almost as if their bodies being piloted from the inside. You've seen this before at one point, and it shuffles over to the left, followed by some that are walking on all fours, and others that are attempting to walk on their 2 God-given legs. And as you guys are looking about, you do know that this is indeed to the north. I will say realistically, with exploration activities, as long as one of you is scouting, that really is the most important one. That's all that matters. It just helps with initiative, of course. The others don't matter too much unless you're intentionally trying to do that thing. So,
why not?
It's definitely useful. We can't get, I don't know, followed by an invisible eye.
Alrighty, as we're looking around, scouting, detecting, and covering tracks, we move forward. And after some time, passing various buildings and such, your group does eventually come across what you can see as the perpetrator. There is a very clear wall, door, see some windows up ahead and such. This, most assuredly, leads to the library. You're mapping everything, all little checkpoints. There's an apple stand, or what was once an apple stand, knocked over. if there was rotting produce, it long turned to ash and blew away. But yeah, we can see that front door is just covered in shit, basically, from the outside. So it looks like whatever's in there isn't coming out. So if there's people in there looking around, well, they'll be looking there for quite some time. Fortunately, they do not need to be fed. Along our way here, we definitely hear some things shuffling about. It sounds, well, I'll say firmer than footsteps or metal. And that's not necessarily harder than metal, but it doesn't sound like armor jingling, nor does it sound like something walking around. It's more of a clicking and a clacking.
I too will click-clack in the direction of the door, I guess.
Oh, yes.
All right, seeing this ahead of us, what do we do?
Quick scout around. Anything imposing standing here at all?
Yes, me.
As we wait a bit, from what we can see, some small groups pass by. We wait for them, and they do indeed leave by. They've not seen your group, fortunately. And up ahead, you see no guard. Apparently, this pile of junk should be good enough to keep the doors closed.
And these doors are barricaded, right?
Correct.
All right.
In fact,
How
you
do
can
we wanna
barely
get
see
in?
the door.
Oh.
You know it's there.
So, how do we want to go in?
Any windows?
Hmm.
There are windows,
Is
but
this a
they're
barricade that we can leisurely take down, or is it like straight up covered?
it's covered in the way that you guys can indeed take it down. It'll take you some time. Might be a little noisy, but you can 100% with some time just sit here and take pieces off. Nothing's welded down or magically sealed, from what you can see. It looks almost like a rush job. Pretty good job. Someone big and strong definitely help with this.
I don't know. It seems too easy. Surely they would have been able to get in if that's all that's keeping it closed.
I agree.
No magic going from it.
Not that you can tell.
Looking at King.
Nope, there's nothing.
Now there's magic inside the building, most assuredly. But this pile of shit on the outside? Nah.
I guess I'll say there's stuff in the building, but not on the pile.
You want to look for an alternate way in?
Yeah, so there are any windows.
Yes, there are indeed windows. They would be somewhat difficult to climb up to, but not impossible.
Well, I'm a monkey, so let's go.
Pulls out grappling gun. Yes.
Hmm.
I need to get my mileage out of this thing.
You say you bought the damn thing, might as well use it.
Exactly.
Or do you want to link that bad boy to show it off?
It fires a grappling hook, and a grappling hook is something else. Like, I basically need to roll for if it secures itself. And otherwise you can make me fall and die.
Oh, guess you'll die.
Yeah. It's one of those like roll a 1d100. Make an attack roll with the DC 20. Okay. Surely I can't fail that.
There you go.
Exactly 20.
Exactly
barely.
20. All right. You are indeed able, as you load up your grappling gun, to fire it upward. Hooks onto the window. You pull it a couple times, and it seems good, most likely. You pull on the rope. It seems taut. Climbing up this will definitely be, well, something. But for the most part, from what you guys can tell, everything is clear, effectively. This will definitely be an athletics roll from everybody.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh
So
no.
Vega's very good at that. You need to slowly bring ourselves upward along with all the shit we have on us.
No, that's a good roll. That's a net 1. Hey, do you know those hero points that I have? Yeah, guess what's happening?
Why did I get the best one?
Good question. We'll
I
take.
can't hero point from that, so I'm just going to roll flat. I
Yeah.
guess.
Just go ahead and re-roll it. I'll take your 27 since
athletics,
you rolled
right?
that. Yeah. Since you rolled that first, Vega. But for future reference, these are clickable blocks.
See, that's better.
Dope. All right. Cool. So. TV got 27. One of you got a 12. So this will, of course, take some time in general to climb. As you guys are prepping and moving upward, we'll say Arbalest, you go up first. And as you're climbing up, the window's large enough for you guys to fit through with pretty much no issues whatsoever, honestly. I'll say you get about halfway as you would be here. So where the window is. And then your group would kind of be chilling on this general location. And as you're moving up and up and up and up and up, your group begins to hear something shuffling from the right. During our discussions and trying to figure shit out from how to get in, how to do blah blah blah, something heard you and something begins moving. One of the packs. You don't see it initially, but you do indeed hear it. Arbalest, while you are climbing, Vega and Kane, what are you two doing?
Guarding?
Yeah, probably just keeping a lookout for other stuff.
Okay. As you do indeed keep a lookout, around the corner, you see a very large, hairy, clearly undead beast turn the corner. You can hear the chains rattling from behind it, and rather than dragging the chained, it seems two undead have this thing on a leash, and it's slowly moving around as it looks to the left and looks to the right. It's going to be off the map a wee bit. I'd say from your guys' current location, it's maybe 30 or so feet away. So,
Can we hide?
Since you guys were on guard, no, you definitely cannot hide at this point. It turns the corner, it sees you, and you can hear it mumbling from a distance. You have no idea what it is saying, but it is mumbling to itself. Behind it, so I'll include these 2 tokens just to kind of have them there. There are 2 jerks that have this thing on a chain. As it mumbles, you can hear them say something to each other, and they let go of the chains and say, "Get him, boy!" And with that, the undead beast screams and begins moving towards your current location. By this point, fortunately, Arbalist, I will say you have ascended to the window, and you're able to position yourself basically inside. You can see outside the window if you need to.
I do that. Can I start pulling up the rope to help them up faster? Are they both on it actually, or is it just Vega, right?
If one of them wants to climb the rope, they are more than welcome to do so.
I think the squishy mage should do it.
Go ahead and roll me initiative. Kane, do your weird thing, unless you already have.
Oh, I love doing my weird thing.
Oh!
I got 27 initiative.
Hell yeah, put you to the top.
Zombie owlbear.
Before the zombie owlbear. Which
my favorite.
Do we know what that is? Who knows? Maybe.
It looks weird.
It looks very weird. It's incredibly dead and incredibly running at you guys. Now, I will say, the 2 individuals are behind it, so I'm going to pull them off the map after when they take their turn. So they're technically further, which is good for you guys.
So it's like 30 feet away, you said?
This thing from you is accurately as far as it should be. Oh, shit, you can't see it. Sorry, right there.
You can't see it?
You see that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. It's right there. So it is from
What a good
you,
boy.
35 feet.
Surely owlbears can't be fast, right? Surely.
Nah, not at all.
Surely they don't have a fly speed, right?
So I'm assuming it takes 2 actions to start climbing up the rope.
Is that your intent?
Probably, unless I can get away with a quick spell and then climb.
I would say in general to interact with it and start going up would be like 1 action, and then just your God, this is so weird. Climbing up a rope. I probably would just say the climb action, and then I'll give you a plus because there's a rope, basically, which I believe is the same roll you already did. So we'll just keep your roll. You rolled like a 27, didn't you?
Okay. For climbing, the athletics check, I rolled a 12.
Oh, you rolled the 12th, the athletics check? Oh, you did. Oh, they rolled 27.
Yeah.
You rolled a 12. Okay, yeah. So
a 12 and 11.
Yeah, okay. So, like I said, I'll let Waifu keep the one she rolled first, which was the 27. But for future, try to click the little box. Of course, Arbalist, you got up with no issue. You're 25 feet up above them. You're going to have like light cover because there's a little parapet for you to hide behind, if that's the right word. Not 100% sure. So if you want to climb, Kane, we're going to be taking that roll, of course.
That's fine. Is that 1 or 2 actions, though?
For reference, the climb action is a single action. So to move there is 1 action. To begin climbing is a second action. To let you know, a success on a climb action is you move safely, blah, 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 5 feet per 20 feet of your speed.
Oh.
Just so you know. So this is going to take you multiple turns to get up there with a success on each roll. For reference, a 12 is definitely not enough to get to succeed.
Oh, boy.
It is low, but not that low. So I will let you know that before you begin to climb, that is the DC. Not the DC, sorry. That is the success that you have. So obviously, Vega, you'll be able to climb, but it is 5 feet per 20 of your feet. So not great.
I mean, I can give us more speed, technically.
More speed or the stride action?
Oh, it's the stride, the quicken thing for step or stride. Okay, that wouldn't matter.
Yeah, correct. That wouldn't work, unfortunately.
Well, Vega, are you gonna be good down here, or do we blast?
Our
Realistically, you just need to slow it down.
Are owlbears notoriously tanky?
It's
a knowledge check.
They're relatively strong. You know that much. You can tell it's an owlbear. It's just super dead.
Well, I will, I guess, recall knowledge on what I know about owl bears.
Excellent. You may roll me. It is up to you, of course. Religion or nature, your choice.
My religion is 2 and my nature is 8, so I'll go with nature.
All right.
And I did horribly. I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay. That's a 10.
There we go.
23, much better. What do you want to know?
Generally, how, like, beefy they are. Like, how hard are they to take down, just in general? Not like weaknesses or anything.
Owlbears are, so I can tell you two things if that's your question. First and foremost, owlbears are definitely formidable, but zombie owlbears, I would say, follow the general rules that most undead do, making them tanky in their own unique way. They are very dangerous, though. Most assuredly, they are very dangerous. Dead or alive, owlbears are not something you just pick off.
Well,
Let's kill him.
all right, time to blast it backwards with my other action. Get out of here. I missed. Big sad.
Hey, it's got a little animation. Nice. All right, you blast water past Vega, past this thing, and it just barely dodges as it screams out. So flip me down with the party currently. He didn't climb.
Aw.
Good luck.
I was gonna say he's on top of me. Like, have you seen those military dog carry things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I'll say realistically, you want him down there with everybody.
do I go?
I mean, it's free flanking, free damage.
Sure, I guess.
Otherwise, he's basically useless.
I can throw him down. It's fine.
Yeet.
He would only take like 12, 18 damage or so.
Alrighty, as you attempt to intimidate this large boy, you just barely fail, but he's clearly not immune to it. The mumbling you can hear now from this distance, Vega, is something in common. You just can't make it out.
Just barely as in +1?
Not +1 now. I'll let you know it's +1.
I rerolled.
She screams louder.
No, I can do a menacing glare. I choose the glare.
Alrighty.
She glares louder.
The glare it is. You give him that look, and you give him that look one more time to make sure. And yes, our boy is indeed feared.
All right, and then I will summon my Soul Force weapon, approach, and swag.
Alrighty, you strike out at the feared beast, Vega. And when you do, you realize that your bladed weapon is slightly more effective than you were expecting. Specifically, the slashing property. Moving in the way that you do, it goes to block, and you take a nice chunk out of its arm. The creature screams all the same. You're not sure if in fury or something else. Regardless, it's going to do a very wonderful, fun little action here that he just absolutely cannot wait to do. You look delicious, Kane. So, first and foremost, this boy is going to scream again. One time. Oh, God. Wait, that's 30 feet? Okay. I guess you gotta move around you technically. So he moves once, and I'll say he moves twice. There we go.
I'm gonna follow.
All right, you can use your reaction to follow.
Please leave me alone.
Now, Vega, your weapon does have reach, so if you want, you can stop one space out. That is entirely up to you. All right.
Does it still get flanking if she's one space out or no?
Yep.
She's still within weapon range.
Mm-hmm. And then after he reaches this location, he is going to scream.
Don't do that.
This is all one. Well, it's one action that costs 2 actions. So each of you go ahead and click that will save for me.
How
I don't
far
wanna-
is it? 80. Jesus Christ, that's even.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine.
80 feet is quite far. Wow, he yells in your face and you're fine.
Flip him
Beautiful.
off.
Oh, critical success. Holy shit,
I
nice.
think I'm fine.
Yeah, all right, dog boy roll. Nice. Oh my god, success. Holy shit, okay. So, unfortunately, Vega, frightened 2, standard success, frightened 1, and standard success for frightened 1. All right, anyone
At least
that's...
it wasn't a critical film.
Anyone that succeeded is immune for a minute. So unfortunately, does it again. Vega, you will be affected. After the creature runs in, howling, we're all scared. Everyone's pissing their pants. Rather than using his claws, he will strike at you with his beak.
Don't do. Okay. Goodbye.
Dead.
Guess I'll die.
Stop.
It was nice knowing you.
All right, so these guys are further away.
Never.
Let me put them where they're supposed to be. All right, so this one will take its action. It can move here, so it will do so. As it charges at you, it leaves the chain behind. Actually, hold up. Nope, that's 2 actions. All right, it'll take 2 actions to go there. I believe this should leave you flanked because the creature does have reach, just like you do. And it will charge with its weapon held high towards you, Vega. You're barely able to get out of the way. These creatures are very clearly quite strong. The second one will begin running for Dogboy. Oh, he can actually make it a Dogboy. Nice. He'll run straight to Dogboy, brandishing his weapon, and he will strike as well.
Stop. My dog.
I can't wounded rage, right? Because I already used reaction.
Correct. You're going to
Yes.
use a reaction. At the beginning of your turn, it does indeed come back. Yes, Kane.
What type of damage did it do to me again?
It did probably slashing, would be my assumption. Piercing. Piercing, actually. He poked you.
Oh, well, I can reaction and do this then.
Oh, Blood Vendetta, our favorite.
Bleed, please.
Oh, that's a failure.
Oh,
All right, failure. Takes the full damage. Bump. Has now Blood Vendetta.
have a good bleed.
They take 2d6 and must attempt a will save. Wow.
Have a good bleed.
Very good bleed.
There goes 2 of my spell slots already, but that's fine.
So this is the part I'm
That's
not
fine.
understanding. I don't know if bleed is a death effect or not, but every single time I try
It
to
is
apply
not.
it, I know it's so annoying. For some reason,
Oh,
something is
I didn't
stopping
mean
him from being affected by bleed.
It's probably the undead part, honestly.
It might be, but they bleed. He's a bloody boy, so I don't know why it's trying to stop me. Regardless, you cannot stop me.
Oh, wow.
Forever a bloody boy.
So should I focus on the big boy or the slightly weaker, smaller boys?
Well, I mean, he just bit off my arm, basically, so it's
True.
up to you.
Sure. I will hunt prey the
Only-
big one.
It only hurts a lot.
Yeah, I will hunt prey the big one and shoot it once and critically hit it. Apparently, wow, that's a low roll. It's a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sometimes the dice are mean.
Can I not re-roll that damage?
I honestly don't
No, you
believe so. I don't think there's a way to reroll damage
That
now.
would be great. I could. Too bad though. Still,
Alright,
that's
He does take
decent
one more
amount of
damage from bleeding, so that's good.
that's nice. Well, Flint is in attacking range anyway. Is he technically flanking the thing right now, right?
No, there's nothing
Because
across the room.
Vega's on a
Yeah.
okay.
He's too far.
So I need to move one up. Yeah, in that case, I'll command Flint to move one up. So he is flanking and have him attack. Or should I support? Then he has frightened. If someone attacks him, might be useful.
Yeah, I think that'd be useful.
Sure, I'll use my support action.
Okay. How you know support benefit?
Actually, I should have done it before I shot him, actually, but it's fine. I keep
Honestly,
forgetting about that.
we can say you did, and I'll throw frightened on him. You did indeed strike.
Sure.
scared
Actually,
boy.
Nah, I didn't have to move him then, technically, but that's fine. I wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway.
Alrighty.
It's my turn.
You got a nasty lad in front of you, Kane, but yeah, honestly, he's kind of in pain. Y'all are not whomping on him, but doing reasonable damage.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It is looking around angrily.
I'm gonna do a little bit of this.
Probably for the best.
It's not a lot, but maybe it'll save me.
Hey, quick chug.
That was 1 off my belt, I think. 1 action.
Yep.
Okay. That's fine. I will just shield. I don't want to die.
Okay, that does leave you one more action if you want to do something. If you're not sure what to do, so of course you can always move. You're also definitely more than welcome to, you can check again if you want. You can, shit, did you get the answer you wanted? You succeeded. What would you ask about him?
I just wanted to know how beefy he was, really. See how hard he was to kill.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. I can say, I think I might have lost my train of thought. Basically, yeah, relatively beefy. In terms of saves and AC and things of that nature, not on the low side, but not as formidable as it possibly could be. I can definitely let you know that. You also, I was going to remind you all prior to this, if you don't mind using your reaction, which does get in the way of shield, so this is entirely on you, Kane. You don't have to do this. The aid action can be literally anything as long as it logically makes sense. You could be throwing a rock. It could be quote unquote casting a spell, even though it's not actually doing anything. So maybe you confuse something with lightning to give Vega a +1 on her attack, or to give Arbalest a +1 on their attack. Whatever it may be, you can just say, I want to aid to help someone on their next attack, basically. And if they're like, oh, they're so close to a crit, and then you use a reaction to give them a +1, you can do that. You do not have to. As long as it logically makes sense, I'm cool with basically anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to just try to run away a bit first,
Okay?
if I can. I'll just leave it at that.
Just gotta hope it doesn't murder you.
You can.
Pretty much.
It looks like it wanted to follow you, but it does not.
He's got a good boy in front of him.
Growly dog in front of him.
He's currently looking at Growling Dog. His eyes are bouncing between that and Bigger.
Bigger?
I rage.
Angry.
So that's a nat 1. If you choose to keep it, you get a hero point, or you can re-roll it, up to you.
I'm gonna reroll it.
Okay? Hey, the opposite. All right, cool. Critical damage this time instead. Roll high.
Don't be like me.
Oh,
Big
good.
bonk.
My positive damage is on it too.
Okay, not only does it do the reasonable damage you're expecting, but it also does an additional 10 damage for being weak to your weapon, and additionally being weak to your weapon because you just activated Your rage! You strike the creature, and the first hit, it didn't really mind too much. This second one, it screams out, starts scratching at the air, and it whips around very clearly, locking its eyes on you now, Vega.
I see. Swack again.
Oh man, you only hit because of the frightened. Wait, frightened too?
She almost crit, and she would have crit were it not for the frightened. So his frightened, unfortunately, got you there. Oh, did not lower it naturally. It lets you know to lower it. All right.
Let's say it has frightened too, by the way.
Waifu has frightened too.
Oh,
So
okay.
her frightened 2.
Yeah.
Yep, reduced her
I read that
roll.
wrong. Okay,
Yeah, it reduced her roll by 2, meaning you missed a crit because of the frightened. Fortunately,
Excellent.
because of the weekend, it brought your 10 damage to 20 damage, and you fell this creature in 2 blows, and I don't get to do the cool thing he can do, but that's okay.
No, that's a good thing.
It's not good for you guys, so yeah. You down this beast, and it would have taken its turn, but it's dead as shit. These 2 things see that you did what you just did, Vega, and the one next to you is going to give you a smack at first, miss, and run!
Yes.
And it's going to use 2 of its actions to sprint around the corner. Just instantly, the other one, now surrounded by, like, all 4 of you, basically, slowly puts its weapon away. It looks at the dead owlbear, the dead owlbear.
I will smile.
What kind of smile is this?
You're next.
Horrible. As you give it that look, it's not going to leave with a parting strike. Instead, it's going to use its other 2 actions to run away as fast as it possibly can. Let's say it's going to go boop, and then boop. And it screams out to the other one, "You traitor!" Alrighty, Arbalist, you cannot see either of them as they run around various corners, but you do know they're not in eye shot, which is technically a good thing. They run off fairly far.
Quick, Kane, climb.
You can always ready action if one is made available, of course. It's up to you.
Would it be funny if I just shot the shot anyway and just say, "Ha, got you," just so the other ones get scared?
I mean, you could.
Nah, that's fine.
But you have the range, don't you?
They're behind cover. I can't see them anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
All right, get up here quick. Is there anything on that owlbear, by the way? Doubt it, but you never know.
It's an owlbear, probably not.
I mean,
You're looking...
claws and stuff are useful, right?
Indeed. Looking closely at it, Vega. You kind of nuked it with its weaknesses, fortunately. You could tell it maybe was a little tankier, formidable than you could possibly normally tell. It is dead, though, on the floor. And you can see, besides the chain and the leash, well, the chain leash that it was wearing, it has a collar. The collar seems to be of slightly higher quality. Something calls out to you. Vane, with your detect magic, something was emanating from this boy. You're not precisely sure what. You guys are still technically in combat, but the enemies have run away, so you can do what you want to do. So let me know. If the intent is to...
Probably out.
Yeah, if the intent is to grab and run, you can totally do that.
My highly enhanced eyes see a good quality color.
I still say, Kane, start climbing. I can grab the collar.
I mean, it's just a collar, right? You can just take it off.
Fine, I'm climbing.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
I'll go ahead and end the combat as the other 2 are indeed running away. They sprint out. Kane, you whip around the corner and you begin to ascend out. Your rage has not worn off. Fortunately, with the extra strength that you have, Vega, you're able to move over to this boy as Kane is ascending, and you just grab onto this thing and start shaking on it, and a final death rattle releases from the owlbear. Parting words for those that parted him from this life for the second time. Wanted to smash. You're strong.
I smash, not you.
And leaves you with a parting laugh as its body goes limp. You're able to kind of shake this thing off, and it's not a collar. It's very clearly, I mean, it's a collar for him, but for you, Vega, it'd be more of a belt. As you turn around, though, you can very much tell it's definitely time to go. Kane has ascended.
No, before you go up, make sure you tie Flint to the end of the rope so we can put him up. Otherwise, it'll be very awkward.
Sure, I'll lash Flint to the end of the rope, and
His harness had like one of those like winch type deals that you can hook around.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Pulleys type deals.
and I'll start climbing.
All right, you're able to get that done with no problems whatsoever. And as your group begins to climb, give me one moment because we're entering from the second floor.
Yeah, let's start this with a 10-minute break so we can heal Kane.
From this high up, you guys can see various species and such that are moving about. The ones that were running away from you are doing their absolute best to either continue hiding or they are very slowly dragging themselves along the walls as to not be seen. Regardless, you guys are able to enter the building without any issue. You are on the second floor.
There isn't actually an organ in here, is there?
Correct. There's a massive organ, the one that was mentioned in the book, directly in front of you all. And from what you guys can see, there aren't many bookcases in this second floor up here. There are very few. They are mostly stripped bare. They're to the north of you all. Are 2 sets of stairs that lead downward. You guys can see over the railing precisely where they land. This almost looks more like a church in a weird way. There aren't many seats for, like, standard folk to come here and read in a traditional sense where there are tables and such. There are very few of those. This looks more like a contemplative, or it was turned to that over time. You can see from both above and below that something moved through here and is looking for an item. Besides all these fairly normal things, the instant next thing you notice, besides the standard decay, yes, there are webs. These are not giant spider webs. These are just normal, everyday, someone needs to hire a cleaner webs. The more pressing matter, there are various piles of bones strewn everywhere. Some of these bones are so deep, were you to walk in, wade into this puddle of bone, it would come up to your waistline.
Cool.
Some are just bones. Some are held together by tiny tendons of flesh.
All right, well, that's a problem, but
About thigh bone deep, correct. Hip bone deep, even.
are we gonna heal up Kane first?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
that
it's
makes
fine,
sense.
I'll-
That should have.
It's fine. I'll die.
No, you won't.
Come here. Let me touch you.
No.
All right, as Arbalest is going to spend about 10 minutes or so messing with Kane, we can do the usual thing with Doggo, where you heal him first. So I'll just heal Doggo to full.
I need an adult. I'm being touched.
And then with our insurance, you heal for 15. That's actually a very good amount. Excellent.
I like the way you said no.
Almost max, actually. Nice.
I mean, he takes 10 minutes. He should have healed another 10, right?
Uh-huh. And then I'll heal 10 on Vega and 10 on Kane, which you only need 4 of those minutes, fortunately. So you guys are almost all at full HP. Vega, you are 4
I'm not
short.
dead.
During this time, Vega, if you wanted to, you are more than welcome to look at the belt that you picked up.
Yes, I will. Do I need to? Is it made of leather?
From what you can tell, yeah. It's definitely nice.
I mean, you can pick any of those 4. It doesn't matter. Just pick your highest, I guess.
Nah, I went for the one that made the most sense.
I
Giving
mean,
it a
you're
look-see?
identifying magic, so.
You're not sure. It's definitely a magical belt, Vega, but you can't precisely place it, whatever it is.
Hey, Kane, you want to look at this belt?
I don't like belts.
It feels magical.
Okay, fine. I'll look at the belt.
All right, upon looking at the belt, Kane, you're able to tell much faster precisely what this thing is.
He looks at it immediately, goes, yeah, that's just a belt of good health.
Yeah, I've seen like 20 million of those. Come on.
Little dirty, little banged up, but yes, that is precisely what it is. Weirdly enough, you don't need to invest in it. So this is a belt that increases your max HP by 4.
I think
Wait,
that's one of those beginner box items.
I think so, yeah.
for real?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Kane, would you like it?
I mean,
He doesn't like belts, he just said.
I'm giving him a chance to change his mind before I take it.
I am a squishy boy. I did almost just get, knocked out there.
You did, yes.
I'll take it.
And make sure it's good and tight so it doesn't fall off, please.
I will try. I'm not good at tightening things. Anything.
Uh,
I'm not good at things.
He's only good at loosening things.
Yeah. I'm just not good at stuff. Except for when
Alright.
I am.
If you need help, just say so.
I'll be good.
Sure is a lot of spider webs.
Hey, has it been long enough for me to use my rat again?
I think it needs to be a week.
Yeah, it has to be a week from when it died.
Not just yet. We're about halfway through the week.
No, my rat.
All right, by this point, while you guys have been healing each other up, looking around, trying to figure out what this belt is, we now know what this belt is. You swear you can hear something skittering about the room. Not on this floor, but below us somewhere. It moves a few times and then stops. It almost sounds like something falling over.
That can't be good.
I would like to get onto my belly and peek over the edge.
As you peek over the edge, you see more of what you see above. Spider webs, piles of bones. But in terms of prospect, aka more books, below is definitely better.
I will wait until I see what made the noise.
Did those books say anything specific about this organ, by the way?
Nothing special, weirdly enough, besides its make is incredibly impressive. So in terms of that types of special, yes, engineers would be very impressed with this thing. Does this one currently still work?
He's an engineer, so he's definitely impressed by it.
Oh yeah, most assuredly. Does it still work? Probably not. But regardless, it is still a feat of engineering. It would be quite loud, yes. And draw.
Arbala's current thinking is basically the first time we ran into a weird undead summoning guy. He was controlling a violin-playing zombie. So this is slightly, not upsetting, but like interesting, potentially a problem. Sure hope this isn't the same guy.
I mean, if we're concerned he'll use the organ, we can destroy it.
I can't destroy this. Look at it. It's beautiful. I mean, it isn't in working condition, right?
It seems to be. It's not going to sound good, you can tell that much. And while you guys are looking around, you can each roll a perception for me. This would be a hidden check normally.
This is not for any kind of emotion, I assume.
Alrighty, with those results, I will say we didn't just fail, we failed with flying colors. So, Vega, you most assuredly with the 24 see nothing.
That's a high check, then.
No yeah, hold up. 24 failed?
24 failed.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I think it needs to be critical fail for things like stealth, right? I'm just gonna check out this organ and see if it's in working condition, I guess.
Define working condition.
If I were to press a button, would it make sound?
Would it be a good sound? No. Would it make a sound? Yes. Is that a good idea? I'll let you decide.
No. I mean, I might take like a second or a hot second to like see if I can disassemble some of the pipes. What are they called again? The like pressure mechanism behind it.
Oh, yeah. Are you taking the bar for any reason, or you're just kind of looking at it?
I just don't want it to get used, basically, or make a sound.
In terms of completely turning it off or making a sound, that would definitely take quite some
quick
time.
Quick and dirty, if possible.
Quick and dirty. You can actually tell this.
Unscrew one of the bellows.
I would say without a roll, looking at it the way that it is, there's no quick and dirty way, which is a testament to its build.
Too bad.
They didn't want a single fail point that basically turned the whole thing off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I probably can stop it, but I'd have to crawl under it, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, probably not.
Looking at its condition, however, I don't think anyone can actually play it, but that's a gamble that I'm willing to take.
As you look over the edge, Vega, while you don't see anything, you do hear some voices. You can't make out the words, though, as they do echo. Unfortunately, the echo causes the verbiage to get lost. It bounces off the walls. You can hear some more of the bones rattle in a corner.
Can I tell which direction they're coming from?
I would say under from where you are now. Like right below you.
Oh, and I can't hear him from here?
Nah, it's something, both the sound of the bone and just how large this room is causing it to get lost.
Well, we definitely can't sneak through this room with these piles of bones, but we can try. Get closer.
The piles of bones are on this floor or the bottom floor?
Everywhere. There's nowhere they're not.
So if I survey, we're looking for a hidden room, was it?
I mean, any piles of books, I guess. But we assume that there might be a hidden room because they're still looking. Or maybe it's just a book that they're trying to read, who knows? We need more information, basically.
Okay, let's say I'm looking for a hidden room. Can I see any marks on the walls from way up high?
Marks for what precisely?
Like moving shelves or, I don't know, chipped bricks from too much use?
Nothing you can see from here now.
A secret compartment behind the massive organ that we need to play a song.
Nothing on this floor either.
This isn't the Goonies, right?
No. Well, what do you think, guys? Should we drop down and kill those guys, probably?
I mean, we start somewhere.
I don't know if I like dropping down. I don't want to go near anyone.
I mean, we can take them down from here, technically. I have the range, at least.
You two can.
All right, bye, Vega.
You have infinite amount of daggers.
Yeah,
True.
It's like my entire turn.
You can spend... Actually, how long do they last after you pull them off?
I think it's a minute.
And you can spend a minute pulling them off.
Would the DM allow that?
That gets you 30 of them.
No, that's not how it works. There's no minute. They fade the second you let go.
Ah, too bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
But then just don't let go of them. Hold on to them in your hand.
Yeah, hang on, what? That doesn't sound right.
They're to be used as a weapon if you try to sell them to people. They disappear after 1 round. So 6 seconds.
Oh, 1 round. Sorry.
Yeah, that's too bad.
You draw 1, goes away. Draw 1, goes away. If you intend to
We
go
can
down,
tempt him too.
there's stairs to the north, and I can put your. This is me slightly awkward. I do have 2 separate maps here, so it's gonna be a little weird.
I mean, is there anything down here we can see as far as people go? Is it empty?
It seems empty. Besides, occasionally you hear a voice, and some of the bones rattle.
No, I guess we're going down then and follow the voice. Or do we want to look around for a secret potential room that might not exist?
I'd like to do both.
Okay, we already look for the room. If you want to stay up top, you're more than welcome. The only thing I will change is I'll just say whoever's up top is just like plus 30, 40 feet. So that's entirely up to you.
I mean, if anyone's gonna stay, it's gonna be the archer with the range.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm a squishy boy.
Yeah, but your magic spells don't reach that far, do they?
I got a
There's
1
one
to
spell that goes far.
1.
single 1 to. Well, I
mean,
think I have 2 that are 120.
Yeah.
All right, now that you're down here, Vega, it's much easier to see what's going on. This definitely looks more like the general library. The top, honestly, was probably just for listening and generally showing off. You can see to the very left of this room, far west, is a very large door that is very clearly barred from the other side.
Flint will go with you to sniff things out.
Flint follows you down. As you begin to look around, looks like a tornado ripped through here, knocking shit over. There are many piles of bones, some of them being held together by gristle and such, and you can hear them kind of clack together occasionally. And now you can see all the way from across the room. You thought you saw it, but it was rather difficult due to the shadow and the general angle. But at the very, very back of the room, you can actually see 2 skeletons, very south that is, that are sitting, slowly flipping through a book. And they're kicking their leg, and you can hear it kind of clack every once in a while. They're not wearing armor. They're just sitting there. Bone boy, top to bottom.
I'm unnoticed so far, right?
Reading their book.
And now that
So-
you can hear their voice, you hear them talking. Yeah.
I mean, it's still too far to hear, right?
All you hear is the bone.
Do you want me to look for a hidden compartment, or do you want me to get closer to them?
Up to you. Do you think you can stealth it? Like, I think Flint technically also has that that listening skull thing I got on him. So I'm not sure if you can activate it and have Flint get closer, maybe. Although, yeah, if you want to risk that instead. His stealth is not terrible, right? Well, technically you can't roll it, but it's
Much better than Vega's.
yes. His stealth is a plus 10. His stealth is a plus 10.
Yeah, it's not +1.
He is a sneaky boy.
Basically, Vega should never stealth.
I'm gonna try to stealth.
Okay.
If I fail, I'll just kill them.
You don't know you're not stealthy.
Yeah, I think I'm good at
I think you're the
everything. Come
best.
on.
She doesn't hear the bones clacking around her as she walks.
All right. You want me to roll stealth first or no?
Yes, please.
Do you still have a hero point? Might need it.
Yeah, I do.
I was going to say, if each of you would like to gain a hero point for entering through the window, which is definitely atypical.
Sure, that puts me at 3 again. Stop it.
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right, I will keep trudging forward, thinking I'm the stealthiest thing ever.
Okay. You get reasonably far, about maybe halfway. I'd say when you get about 40 feet from them, precisely where you are now, They-
will go from the other side.
they both look up after they turn a page and gazing towards you, Vega, they very, very clearly see you. Both of them. And you don't know you're seen. So you get a little closer until you are where you are now. And when you do stop and begin to look about, they call out to you and say, "You too are looking. One hiding behind the pew.
I'll go ahead and pop up. Yeah, I am. I heard this was a library.
Here to help us search.
Yes.
Wonderful. You start over there." And they point just beyond you.
I'll go over there and start looking. Sorry, I forgot what we're looking for again. Can you remind me?
They look to each other, look back to you. Go and roll me diplomacy.
Oh no.
I think my diplomacy is pretty good. I think.
I think you have the best diplomacy, actually.
Yep.
It can't be much worse than mine.
Mine's like a 1.
I'm actually shocked that Kane has no diplomacy. All right.
You got this.
Hey, better.
All right. Do you really want to spend 2 hero points on something you have a +1 on?
She can't, right?
Yes, I already did.
Okay. Well, I mean, you did for both stealth and for.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, true.
This is fine.
Another failure. Not a critical failure, though, I guess. The closer one puts its book down. The other one continues flipping through, clearly undisturbed. And you begin to hear more clicking and clacking around you, Vega. And the one that's standing says, "You do not belong here, do you?
I'm not sure what you mean.
You should know that we're looking for the research data that was left behind. Yet you ask. Clearly, an interloper, this one."
Excuse me, I have a bad memory.
It leans forward as if it's squinting, maybe. "Far too much flesh on you as well.
I'm recently deceased.
Also, quite loud. This is a library, after all." And as it says that, behind you, Vega, you will get a chance to respond to this. I'll let you move once if you'd like. After it says that, the other one, I'll go ahead and say he's prone because he's reading. The other one is stood and is kind of chilling and watching. Behind you, Vega, you hear a cacophony of voices, all whispering, all coming from multiple directions. To your left, to your right, above you, below you. All this clicking and clacking culminates
From the piles, I'm sure.
into a pile that pulls itself upward.
Whoa, okay, I was not expecting that.
Ah, looks familiar.
Forgot his name. That one Dark Souls boss.
Which one? Nito? Gravelord?
Yeah, that one.
That's real Nito there, buddy. Please roll me initiative along with Kane doing your weird shit.
I love doing my weird shit.
Surely I can roll for
Nice.
stealth, right?
I have
They don't see you, yes.
Good.
8 initiative.
And as they pull up behind you,
I'm technically still scouting. Not sure if that counts in this case.
yes, but I don't believe it would move anyone's initiative order until you roll. A +1 would just put
Oh.
Vega even higher.
Better than mine.
Better than 8, that's for sure. And all the voices behind you, Vega, like I said, I'll let you move one time. They say, "Indeed. And in the library you should remain quiet." You may
Yeah,
move once
I'm-
if you wish, Vega, without any reactions or anything, and then combat shall begin.
I'm not good at quiet. I can move
She
once.
immediately starts screaming.
If you,
Yeah, I was about to say, can I scream instead?
you can do one of anything you'd like except for attack.
I don't know if screaming's a good idea, but go for it.
Wait, does intimidate count as attack?
Basically, I'm allowing you to reposition as these things are pulling upward. The second you intimidate, that's what triggers combat.
I'm content where I am.
Excellent. Well, unfortunately, Arbalest and Kane cannot see this thing. I will let you know that much at least.
Oh, they
I mean, can we
can't?
hear it though?
There is no way they can see this thing. It's under
All
them.
right, I will back up then.
Okay.
So that my friends can see and help me out.
Alrighty, excellent.
Flint is very excited for some reason. He sees bones.
Oh no.
As it whispers these things to you, Vega, you're able to move back quickly 30 feet, and you can see a wave of bone and gristle smash up together. You can see various bits and bobs of other things. There's books wedged in here. There's a whole ton of a bunch. This thing looks very formidable.
Why does no one respect the dead?
I mean, they are pretty ugly.
All right, so now I can start attacking.
I mean, I respect the dead. I am dead. Well, I was dead.
Combat has indeed begun, yes.
I was gonna say you're not dead anymore.
Well, I can't approach because that would defeat the purpose of backing up.
I mean, technically, I'm not dead either.
Deadn't.
I'm dead touched, I guess.
Can they see the two skeletons who are reading the books?
Your allies, yes. Sorry, let me put it this way. Anything that's within the confines of these seats can be seen. Imagine a big old rectangle there. They can see anything there.
Oh, that's nice.
You're running to the one that's reading?
That's right.
Wow, rude.
My book.
I mean-
no.
You know. He kind of deserves it.
Fuck.
We only took half damage, huh?
Don't skeletons have that weird thing where they don't take crit damage or something?
Oh my god. No. Well, if it did, you would know. You smashed the shit out of this thing 2 times. I think you crit on both of your hits. You did.
And I didn't even have my positive energy on either.
I mean, they were
damn it.
prone.
Indeed, this one was prone, and the prone is what allowed you to crit. With your 2 quick strikes, you sunder this one. The first one, it kind of moves out of the way, but you smack one of its arms off, and it struggles to hold the book straight as it's still kind of flipping through. And as the second strike comes down, it looks at you like, ow, and then you just It explodes
Yes.
as your weapon smashes into it, severing both it and the pew it's sitting in.
So what was that about research?
As you do that and shuffle away, making more noise, you just hear a cacophony of whispers as this thing comes flying around the corner, just and it stops hitherto, and as it swings out this way, it forms for a brief moment a tornado as blades and clawed hands lash out at both Vega and Flint.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Due to his special ability, both of these will be full map attack penalty. Oh, the second one misses. Okay.
Bitch.
Bone Storm clearly didn't do that much. All right, you're able to dodge out of the way. The dog is smacked. This thing clearly hits very hard. It's unaware of the two of you on top, possibly. As it flies on past, it moves closer to you, Vega, and you can hear the whispering grow louder and louder. The one that is standing.
No, I'm angry. Why did he miss? I can't enter wounded rage.
That's true, actually. Good job on the AC.
You want to switch places with Flint and get hit instead? I'm
I'm
fine with this exchange.
Nah.
Just stab yourself. It's fine.
Oh. Or you could not.
Essentially wobbling towards you. It'll strike out 2 times, missing both times. As it reaches to attempt to beat your ass, Vega, and very much does not do that thing at all. Very pathetically misses.
Yes, I see why they assigned you to the book reading.
Quite rude, this one.
That should definitely be a demoralized roll, honestly. Was that her laughing or her screaming?
Yes.
That's
She
her
got that
making.
entirely.
That's her making noises. Be scared.
No, she's deflating.
Yes,
Oh.
we were married for a while. It was a good run.
Yes. Can I at least? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can I be closer to the balcony? But yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah. You're on the balcony. I'm moving it so you
Yeah.
all can see a little better. So if you're on this line, you're on the balcony.
All right, good. So guess what? I'm going to target the big one as my prey.
Well, really?
Didn't see that coming.
Weird, right? It's almost like it's one of my primary abilities. You know what? First, I'm gonna send Flint behind the thing, so that it's flanked, and have Flint. Yeah, he's gonna attack. Might as well. He bites into the bones. Not sure
He
if it even
becomes
does
the
any
bone.
damage.
He rips and tears a couple away.
Yes, as he moves in to take a chomp, you can tell that none of the damage was negated whatsoever. You're able to crush a couple in this absolute sea and wave of bones, seemingly infinite.
Good, and then I shoot it with my very big gun.
Ah, yes.
And here's the fun part.
The sound effect on that.
Yeah, I really need to change that honestly, but I can't find the exact setting. Now let's find out if this thing has any weaknesses to bludgeoning damage. That's a low roll, by the way. It's a 1 and a 7. Nice.
So does I forgot. Does concussive get around resistance specifically or weakness?
Concussive, it takes the whatever it's weakest to between piercing and bludgeoning. So if it has like a weakness, it takes that one.
Okay,
If
so
it has a resistance, it does not take that one.
okay, so it doesn't deal with weakness. It doesn't deal with weakness. It deals with resistance or immunity only. So you can tell that it's neither immune nor resistant to either of those. So your attack does full damage.
And that's it, I guess.
All right, some bones are blown away. It doesn't seem too perturbed by this, although some of the skulls move and look up towards Arbalest and now you, Kane. What do you do?
Don't look at me. I didn't do anything. I'm just here. I'm innocent.
Probably not that it mattered, but it didn't add the hidden +2, right?
The what?
The +2 from it being prone because I was hidden.
Oh, no, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, I'm assuming it is not within 30 feet.
Unfortunately, no. You were 30 feet up and then diagonally down, whatever that distance is.
Well,
I mean, how big is it?
Oh,
Might be able to hit
it's
the head.
it's a very
It is
tall
a bit
boy,
more.
yes. I'm trying to think in terms of like height. I would say maybe you guys are 20 feet up. That makes more logical sense.
Like if it's 25 and 25 away, then it's technically 35 feet away if it was 5 feet tall. So if it's more than 15 feet, technically you should be able to hit it, but that's about it.
So if you're
And
if
that's
it's
about the
a
extent of my math skills, I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
I know, right? If it's a 30-foot range, I would say you can hit him because he's 25 feet from you, but he's also tall and you're also up. So
All right, well, time to find out if he's resistant to this, which he probably is, but it's fine.
See, if anything, we need a Pythagoras module
All right,
that just mats it out.
time to try again. It's my whole turn just to do that. Well, he's not resistant to fire, but there goes that spell. And my turn. This is fine.
I can't believe no one hit me.
I mean, I
Sorry,
could have.
next time I'll shoot you instead.
All right, I'm gonna rage first and foremost.
Okay. It's one action to activate the spell, then 2 more to fire.
Yeah, it's 1, and then each attack is 1.
Do you apply map to that or not?
What?
Yes.
To Scorching Blast.
Yeah, the second one would be a map, probably. It's each time. So you inflict 2d8 damage on... Oh, critical hit. Okay. Holy nuts!
Stop.
Oh, you're going to trip him?
Yes. Just a disrespect.
I really hope he's not immune
Damn.
to being prone. That would make a lot...
He was sitting down and that one also, so I doubt it.
That would make a lot of logical sense, considering it can't stand or sit. But no, from what I can see, it is not immune.
Does it also take double damage if it... No, otherwise it would have said, yeah.
Oop, hold up. That hit the wrong... Who are you tripping? The little guy?
A little guy.
Oh!
Imagine if you were tripping the big one.
I thought you were tripping the big one.
No, the little guy.
Alrighty, that's a completely different thing that just happened then.
I mean, we don't want to keep him for questioning, do we?
Probably not. As you trip the little one, it falls and takes the full d6 damage, which it's not resistant to. Unsurprisingly, it also takes a lot of damage on the way down with how much health it doesn't technically have. Unfortunately, that is not enough to fell it with your technically second strike.
Poor guy didn't drink his calcium.
It still seems somewhat resistant to your slashing weapons, Vega.
All right, well, that was all 3 of my turns.
Alrighty, it's cackling away at you as to whatever you just did.
Surely it won't crit both of you and kill you in one turn.
Totes.
We're in an interesting position. So the first thing it's going to do is the same thing it did last time, which is going to strike at both of you. Woo!
Haha.
Flint lives. Vega doesn't.
Barding helps.
Barding does indeed help. That
We should get Vega some barding as well.
barely missed the boy. So as he swings over, completely missing the child, he eats your rage shield, bites into you a little bit, Vega, and then, since you were struck by it, all the arms wrap around you, and you are now grabbed by this thing as it's holding onto you firmly.
Ooh, I do like hugs.
Skeletal Guard, what will you do? Well, first I will stand because this absolutely horrible human being pushed me on the floor. Quite rude. And due to my friend, I shall help and strike. Critical strike, bitch. I think he did more damage than the boss. Yeah, he did by 1. Holy shit. That's embarrassing. And a critical miss. All right. It lashes out against you and laughs very quietly, but laughs all the same. And when it does, the laughter begins to kind of go up and up and up, and all the skulls quickly turn their heads towards the smaller skeleton. And he stops and kind of goes, "Arr."
As I reload and shoot.
As you do.
As I do.
Excellent.
Yes. For 16 damage. Yes.
All right. Much better. Wow, it's actually really good.
You know what? I'm going to attack once with Flint as his extra free action, and then I'm going to recall knowledge on this thing and see if I can spot any weaknesses or something.
Sure. It's definitely going to be relatively difficult. Religion.
Yes, I can do that, surely. That's a 20.
Unfortunately,
Is that enough?
it's not enough. It is close. I can tell you something little.
Something little.
Yes. In general, what do you want to know?
I guess any weaknesses. Something it might probably be weak to. I mean, I can guess, but...
The most I can say is the thing you're probably guessing it's weak to. It is weak to. It does have another weakness, though, that has not yet been exploited.
Okay. Vega, you should probably use your weird glowy sword powers. I yell, as Flint bites into this guy.
What weird glowy sword powers?
The one that hurt dead people.
I'm doing that. I had to rage for it.
Yeah, okay. Don't you
Only
also
do that
have
when you're mad.
activating? Or is that not additional damage to undead or something?
It helps their saves and gives her a +1 to hit.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. That's a high roll.
All right,
friend.
Flint hits really hard, and realistically, so did you. A 16 and a 17, both striking this thing. You can tell you have definitely damaged it. More so than it was expecting, and it begins to shift and writhe. And at the end of your turn, it's going to use its reaction to shuffle towards you guys. So it's going to move forward and quickly
That's
climb up the wall, not all the way.
Does it take Vega with him because he's crippled?
Oh, shit. It's going to drop her.
Yeah.
You got turns of gaze to watch the skeleton.
Wait, am I prone or do I land on my feet?
I think you just land on your feet.
Yeah.
Also, technically, if you want to use your reaction to chase it, Vega, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of this whole situation.
It is 15 feet up, so you cannot hit it.
Wait.
It's climbing up the walls.
It's so big, it's out of my range already?
Yeah.
It's very fast, apparently. I mean, it has like 90 hands. Of course, it's fast.
It scurried across the floor and instantly started climbing up the wall. It's not on par with them, but next turn it will be.
All right, I will not follow.
Okay.
What is your religion roll?
Canes?
No, Vegas. For next turn.
+2, very bad.
Oof. It's the same as me. I thought you were good at religion.
Oh, you also like religion.
That was
Nice.
a thing.
I think I'm good at a lot of things that I'm not.
You're all bad at religion. Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for him because there's no religion out there.
This is fine.
I mean, realistically, you should have a negative in religion, except it's part of wisdom, so it can't be.
I can still shoot it, right? As it's
Oh, yeah.
climbing up.
It's absurdly close. It's 5 feet away from you. It's very close. Its arms are holding on to the railing and it's pulling itself up.
Can you shove it away from the railing and have it fall down?
Can I even knock it back? I
Or
doubt it
do you
can
have
even be
any
knocked
hydraulic?
back.
Maybe.
I mean,
What if you try?
I can use my drain thing to use hydraulic again. Well, I guess I will use that and try to just push him down.
Okay.
Because why not?
Hydraulic pushing.
Yes.
Surely he doesn't have good saves, right?
Well, it's not a save thing. He just gets knocked back 5 feet unless he's immune to knockback.
It's even better.
So he's not immune to knockback. This is very odd. He has a climb speed, so it's just going to knock him down further 5 feet, which works.
Okay.
So rather than being like on the edge and climbing right about to be on you guys, he's pushed down a peg, and now he's like under technically in some weird way. You guys can still kind of
can attack him.
yeah, technically. Now you guys can kind of see him. It is
And
knocked back, and you see chunks of bone go flying as it's blasted off its body.
I'll cast my I'm scared button.
I mean, you can also move.
I mean,
I can only follow one of us.
True. I guess I can.
It also already used its reaction to move, so it probably can't do it again.
Okay. Good luck. Bye.
Why would you leave me?
You'll be fine. You're tankier than I am.
Alrighty, Vega. Yes, that's within your range now.
First I'm gonna swack.
All right, that's a nat
Indeed.
1. If you want the hero point, it's yours.
Sure.
All right, take a hero point, Vega. You critically miss as it dodges, and you further smash the one you've already smashed. All right, with your second blow, that's going to be a
Nice.
critical hit. It is beyond dead because it only had like 1 health left, 2 health left. There we go.
It was probably laughing at me for missing and then just lights out.
100% laughing at you, and as it turned, your weapon was coming down a second time, and you just smashed it in half, and it explodes.
Are there nearby stairs from here?
There are stairs to the north, and that is it. They are very far away.
All right, are there nearby items that I can stand on, like a pew or something, to reach this thing, or do I actually have to run all the way up?
You have that weird jump, right?
She does have jump.
Oh, yeah, high jump.
Yeah, so I would say you have 1 action left. You can basically jump up. You don't need to roll for this. Balance on one of the pews, and the next turn you can high jump up and grab on.
Oh, no, I have... Oh, yeah, you can use high jump.
Because you don't need to run because you got that feat. Then you need to roll for it, and if you fail, nothing happens. So totally up to you. But yes, that is a faster way up.
Okay, hang on. So I still have to move no matter what, right?
You're standing on the floor, so yeah, you're going to have to move in some way. If you want to like stack shit, you can spend 1 action picking something up and stacking it to make it easier for you. For next round, it's going to take a lot of your actions to get up there.
It's 8 feet for a critical success.
Not very good. So basically, you can jump up and kind of grab onto something, just barely.
Is it even smart enough to demoralize?
I mean, it was talking and laughing, right?
All right, as it's sitting in a very awkward situation now. All right, the two of you are where you are. So first and foremost, it's going to whirl out, striking out at both of you. Ooh, critically hitting on one.
Bitch, cast blood.
All right, and this happens very quickly. The bones whirl and strike out at the two of you. After that, the creature is going to move upward, and it's going to move just past you. So it has a total feet of 30. It's going to move 20 just past you, Arbalist.
Man, I got pretty lucky there, actually. That crit was really low.
Yeah, actually, that crit was not much better than a regular hit, realistically.
Nice.
it's going to move past you, and all these piles of bones are going to kind of collapse and fall, and it's going to just go completely flat where it currently is. And the general wave that you all saw before is gone. There are bones strewn throughout the floor everywhere. You're not sure where it is or what it could possibly even be, realistically. But from what you can tell, it is no longer easily targetable, put it that way.
That's cheating.
But he was hunting prey on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that
he
just
should be able
gives
to
me-
sense it.
No, that gives me a bonus to seeking it out.
So it's going to be much easier for him to seek it out specifically.
Guess that's what I'm doing. Seek action.
Okay, go
Problem is I
ahead.
have to target that, I'm pretty sure, don't I?
Roll a perception.
Actually, I will reload and then you seek it out.
Okay.
Just in case. That's kind of a low roll.
Indeed,
I could
18.
risk re-rolling that.
You definitely
I'm going
can.
to because I have a shitload of hero points anyway.
I say, might as well use them.
That's not better.
Not better.
Yes.
We'll keep the 18, and unfortunately, it's not enough. You see bones everywhere, Arbalest. You know it's in here somewhere, but you can't tell if it has a core or if hitting any of these bones is going to matter.
Well, that's 2 actions used.
Maybe you guys should come down here.
That's
don't
kind of
wanna
a long
jump.
run for me.
Then take the slow way, Kane.
But I'm slow. I'll die on the way.
I mean, you still have inside rope, right? Did you get rid of that?
Inside rope. You're not wrong. It's been a while.
You could, like, dangle your way off.
I think I could, actually.
Oh, here's your turn. Go try it.
It might take more than one turn. Sure, I'll
Oh.
try to inside rope and
Like, it would probably be
all my
faster.
way down.
It would probably be faster to go down the stairs.
No, we're doing this now because I like this idea. We're
You're
inside roping down.
You're rappelling
Actually,
down with inside ropes?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
If there's
on the
anything I
plus
can
side,
like tie them onto up here.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
on the plus side, you get a bonus to the climbing down part because of inside rope.
Oh, I will rip out my guts.
Hey, it's only one action.
True. And then I'm assuming going down is one. And tying it is one, so it'd probably be my whole turn.
Yes. But now guys say, they say they're permanent, but once you let go, no. So yes, go ahead and make an athletics check. And it's going to be easier
Boy.
because we have guts.
Yes. Yes.
Not good. I will say an 8's
Let me.
just a regular
I
fail.
have hero points.
You can definitely reroll that if you'd like.
I get a plus
that-
1.
Yeah.
I get a plus 1 from ropes. Didn't add yet, so it's technically a 9. I will still reroll.
Okay. You're also climbing
Yes. It is still a 9.
All right.
Very typical.
A 2.
Is that the second time, or was it waifu last time?
A 2. I mean,
It just happens a lot.
It was me last time.
No, that means that's going to happen to me as well next time.
Well, good luck, friends. That's all I got. Trying to climb down on my inside ropes.
Still dangling from the rope right now.
I would say, yeah, you're basically dangling, so you're on the other side, you're going downward, but you've not made any any promising progress, unfortunately.
Don't look at me.
On the plus side, if it attacks you from above, you probably have cover.
Maybe like a tiny bit. It wouldn't be much.
All right. Well, there's nothing I can do since it's decided to hide itself. I'm gonna come over here, and I want to look through the books they were looking at.
I didn't move Flint, did I? No.
No, you did not.
I mean, I guess he's just going to move somewhere
Yeah, you can go and scoot wherever you like.
or have him attack a random pile of bones.
As you do.
He's just going to stand next to this water thing. Start drinking some water.
All right, well, so you basically spend your extra actions looking through to see what the hell is exactly going on here, and you see something that looks like research notes, potentially. You're not 100% sure, but it doesn't look super interesting. Vega, you only have 6 seconds to go through the book, so you do that 2 times as you're flipping through these.
Okay.
And as this is happening, 2 other quick things will happen. The bones will reconstitute where they stand, and as all of them snap into place quickly, 2 balls of bone and gristle are flung to the north and to the south.
Cheater. Stop.
Yes, I'll die.
You got that belt, though.
True. Can take an extra
That's
4.
another very low crit roll.
Why do I keep getting crit?
That's
And-
a 1 and a 2. You're lucky.
And a complete miss on Arbalest. All right. The first one goes flying, and it does indeed crash into you, Kane. You see the
I
bones.
fall off my-
You don't fall off, fortunately. What does happen is below you, all the bones begin to pull themselves together into a
Oh, good.
prone boy who is looking
Actually-
around and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Would that have hit the ropes too? Because I think they have an AC and health.
I will say no, just because for this specific situation. Nay for that one in particular. We'll remove the 2 dead guards, and we'll add these 2 new ones that begin to look around, very clearly made of the bones from this thing. It begins to look around to the north, the south, and you know what? So you guys are basically equidistant, so sure. It will shuffle southward. Oh, you're in the way, you doofus.
Haha.
All right, well, you can kind of move around against the wall.
Don't
Right
do
there.
that. That's cheating.
All right. It wriggles about as its third action, and you can hear the whispering get louder and louder as it charges for you, Arbalist. Small bone boy, what will you do? Stand! Okay. Then what? Move! Excellent. Punch.
That's cheating. You can't walk through my space.
Miss. All right. Clearly, these little guys aren't that threatening. They're not being paid very well.
I mean, they're still flanking me, and the big one is next to me. I do not like this.
This is true. Fortunately, it's your turn. You get to move. What do you do,
I
sir?
jump.
Are you just
I
jumping
do
down?
not do that.
Okay, I was say.
No. I mean,
Jump
luckily
down and
I'm
die.
reloaded. So I'm going to shoot at least once.
Oh,
And critically hit
crit!
the bastard.
Nice. Woo!
That's some decent damage.
Yeah, it is. 28. All right, a strike. This thing, your bullet just punches through, the arrow pulling and yanking on some clothes and gristle that are connecting these bones together, and you basically pull a hole out of the center of this thing. You can see it now beginning to collapse in on itself, and various bones are beginning to fall off. It's clearly on its last limbs.
I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to reload and shoot it again in one turn.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, 2 attacks in one turn? Unheard of.
Crazy.
I mean, I could also hit it with my reinforced stock and attack it twice, technically.
You can try smashing. That's definitely an option.
Nah, that's no fun.
You get to shoot twice though. You never. Hey, you hit!
I hit it. I do decent damage.
13 is more than decent damage as you strike something very clearly important to the core of this creature.
Yes. All according to Kaikaku.
And as you strike at it, the creature is lunging for you, Arbalest, very clearly intending to pick you up and smash you into a nearby wall. But you're able to move and dodge off to the side. You guys can tell that as this thing is nearing closer and closer to death, not only is it losing control of itself, it's also losing control of the thralls that it decided to throw your guys' way. And just below you, Kane, it collapses. Behind you, Arbalest, as you move backwards and away from this thing, this one also collapses into itself, falling into another pile of bones, blending in with the rest of its surroundings. You take a step back, Arbalest, reloading, and you aim at what seems to be a sweet spot, right as this thing lashes out, going to grab onto you and absolutely crush you. You strike out. Its fingers mere inches from your face, stopping. Voices whisper
And I look
out.
incredibly cool doing it.
Oh no, no one sees it. I guess
I blow out the non-existent smoke.
I guess Kane sees.
Kind of.
Kind of while you're dangling, yeah, but no, oh, Vega doesn't get to see how cool you are, darn.
I mean, I should hear bones just clatter to the
Definitely
ground,
hears
right?
a large explosion, yeah.
Yeah,
Bones
yeah,
flying
yeah.
Over the entire church.
You hear
Other
all that
thing.
falling apart, and with a clatter of bone and steel, all of it just clumps and falls down as you hear the voices, multiple tones, multiple souls being released all at once. The tributes of the Hanging Garden defeated. The last thing, they part as they leave this coil and return to God knows where. They say, "We were so close. The lady will be displeased."
We can finish the research for you. Just tell us what we're looking for.
As you call out to it, it does
Not
not
too bad.
respond.
I think it's dead. Well,
Oh,
deader.
good. I knew you didn't need my help.
Yes. Totally didn't bite off my leg.
Don't worry, I'll carry you.
It's fine.
Oh,
It'll heal.
It'll
Aw.
heal.
what kind of legs you got?
I mean, I've regenerated my body once before already, apparently, so surely I can do it again.
Sure.
Sure, that's how it works.
All right, Kane, you're just kind of hanging there. What do you do? Going up, going down?
I will go up, I guess, since it's safe.
Okay. As you move upward, you can see that the pile of bones was indeed more than just bones. There's a multitude of just stuff that's tangled up in this
All right.
sea of junk now. Vega, what are you doing?
Do these notes I'm looking at look interesting to take or no?
Mildly interesting, but clearly not what they were looking for. You're able to flip past to the end. Fortunately, he died with his finger exactly on the page that he stopped on. Everything prior to that, not being useful. Everything after that, from what you can tell, Vega, also not useful. But there is a
Right.
pile of books that they were getting to next.
I will start looking through those.
All right, as you start looking through those,
I'm looking for research, so it's probably handwritten stuff, right?
very much so, yes. You see many that are printed, some that are mass printed. While the information might be useful, you're not 100% sure, so you keep flipping, looking through those. I'll get back to you on what you find. Kane and Arliss, you guys are poking at the dead body now?
Yeah.
All right, you find a multitude of things. One of those things being
Look, a bone.
a spear from long, long ago. It looks very potent. As it struck out at your group, it was very much attempting to use this spear along with what seems to be a small curved axe. Both items one of them looking a bit newer, actually, from what you can tell. Upon closer inspection, since you guys have worked with the blacksmith of Stone Crab, you think that the small curved axe might actually have been forged by him, or at least in some way worked on by him. Unfortunately, whoever was wielding it in the past.
Can I check for like the blacksmith's mark? Yes.
Yes, yeah. Upon close inspection, you can very much see that. And after you look at that, there is something else that you see wedged into it, and there is indeed a rune. Not just in this one item, but there is a rune in both of the items.
You check what kind of runes they are, or is that a roll?
I won't have you roll, as this is a rune that any marshal would know upon first blush. Very clearly, the rune of striking.
Useful.
Incredibly useful.
Very.
And as you're looking through that, there are a few more bits and bobs in the body. We'll get to those next week. But you see something, Vega, as you're flipping through. You find a book second from the bottom. They almost got to it. It's entirely written in common, but it looks, to you at least, completely incomprehensible. You can't make out any of this. It's very clearly written in your language, but it is so far beyond anything you could possibly imagine, all handwritten, that this is probably what they were looking for. As you flip through it, and flip through it, and flip through it, you notice on the cover, it was labeled as Volume 2. You see a name that is blotted out. Either someone angrily did so, I've signed, or ink time something, but the rest of the ink seems to be in place, so clearly that is not the case. After all this incomprehensible garbage, you eventually get to what seems to be sort of like a journal. And going through that, the person seems very excited as this information they found. And they keep mentioning how they were able to reach out and talking to this voice. The voice was able to tell them in their dreams the thing they were missing. They were so close every single time, over and over and over. And they said, unlike my first attempt, in which we can assume that is the first volume, no fruits. Now, though, we'll definitely see results. And it's all thanks to the voice of the gods, clearly. The gods need us to know this. Whatever this Lazari theorem is, clearly, it will help us. And that is the end of anything that can make sense to you, Vega.
Am I familiar with the Lazari theorem?
Vega is not, but one of your characters is.
Wait,
Dun,
really?
dun.
Can you tell me?
It's me.
It's me! No, both you and Seth would be somewhat familiar with this. Fortunately, unfortunately, not these characters. You remember the island?
Ah, yes.
Do you remember the forbidden data that you decided needed to be burned?
Yup.
That.
I do
Nice.
not remember this.
I can't remember what it was about, though, technically.
Not good stuff, I will say. But your
Yes.
character, Vega, decided, so it wasn't, sorry, it wasn't, we went to two islands. To clarify, it was Corellia. Long ago. One of the sunken islands. When you went there, of course, information. But your group decided this needs to be destroyed. I don't want anyone to get their hands on it. And to your knowledge, that was the only place the information existed.
Did they figure out where the information came from?
Those characters?
Yeah.
The research lab there. Whoever they were working with, allowed them to figure this something out.
Oh, okay.
Somehow that information got out, and somehow this person's referring it to in the exact same way. And that is where we
All
shall
right,
pause.
so this is very bad.
Very not good, correct. Fortunately, you have it, or unfortunately. We'll see how it plays out next week.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is where you find out Kane is actually evil. He's gonna steal it and use it. Dun
Yep.
dun dun.